Alright, so I'm going to start off this video with a little bit of an explanation. I know it's been probably 3 or 4 years since my last post, but I'm back at it. I got a new car. I got a bunch of mods on the way. As you can see, I got an 06 WRX that I'm working on. I got the car about a year ago. It's a completely different color from when I bought it. It's different wheels, different suspension setup, but I'll get into that, an explanation and all that in a little bit. But right now, you guys are jumping in, and I'm right in the middle of installing Carlton flares. So you can see here, I have the fronts just about mocked up. They're mounted, they're on there. I just want to make them fit a little bit better because you can see there's a little bit of a gap there, and there's more of a gap on this side. So I know there's that fender line that you can get that that will work on the edge of these, but I just want to take that in a little bit more, make it fit a little bit better. But today I'm working on the rears. I got the fenders all taped off. I got the flares over here. This is the one I'm about to go on. So something like that. But I'll get this mocked up and show you guys what we're gonna do. Alright, so I got the backs mocked up, and one thing I forgot to mention is, I'll show you guys here. You see there's a pretty decent gap there, and then there's another really big gap down here. Reason being is that I didn't pay attention when ordering these and didn't realize that they were meant to fit an STI bumper. So this being a WRX, the rear bumper is a little bit different, but I got a brand new bumper from Subaru that I have to throw on. So let's go ahead and get that on the car so that we can go ahead and get moving forward with mounting these rear flares. So I'm gonna back my truck out of the way, get a little bit more room, and I'm gonna swap out these bumpers, and then we can go ahead and finish up fitting the rear flare. Okay, now that we got the truck moved out of the way, I can go ahead and throw you guys up on a tripod and we can get this bumper off. Alright, so we finally got the bumper off. There's a couple clips that were giving me grief. This one down here and that one down there. They both took me combined probably 20 minutes to take off, which is way longer than it should have. It's way longer than it took me to take it off when I originally wrapped it. Which, by the way, my car is wrapped. That's why that's white and that's blue. The car was originally white when I got it, but now that we got the bumper off, we can get the new bumper on, and I can show you the differences between the two. Okay, I totally forgot that there's a couple of brackets that you're supposed to take off on the car to get the bumper off. I didn't originally take the bumper off when I wrapped the car, so I completely forgot, but that gives me an excuse to show you the difference between the two bumpers. So I have them both laid out right here. So this blue one is the WRX bumper, black is the STI bumper. The difference being right here in this little flare, and down here. This pokes out a little farther than this. So up here you can see that there's no flare right here, and down here it doesn't bulge out as much. So that should give us the room that we need for this rear flare to fit up fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this rear bumper mounted up and we can keep going. Okay, real quick, so we got these brackets swapped over. This is what I was talking about that I forgot to take off. They're actually bolt to the car right here. It's a little bolt that goes to the back side, but I actually had to cut the, there's a little push pin that goes through here. I had to cut that. If this thing will focus, there we go. So I had to cut that, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to trim the whole bumper right here anyway, because that's usually where the tire hits when we air out. So I'm hoping that's gonna be good enough for now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get it on the car, and we can finish fitting up the flare. Okay, so now we got the bumper on for the most part. I haven't put any of the clips on yet, but it's pretty much sitting on like it should. I have the bolt in here on the back side, it's just loose. This side, unfortunately, I can't find where it went, but I'm sure it'll turn up. But now we can just throw the rest of the clips in, and then I can go ahead and fit up that side. Alright, I'm pretty sure I got the flare sitting where I want to. Just like I expected, the STI bumper fills in these gaps a lot better. So right in here, it's hard to tell with the tape, but that fills it out. And this will fill it out a lot better once I lay it down and get everything mounted. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and mark with the Sharpie where this is going to sit. And then I can actually get to cutting, as much as I don't want to do that right now. But let's get to it. Okay, so I have my 2 holes drilled that I got for basically locating where I want the flare to sit. I'm still not totally psyched about how it fits right here, but I guess I can fix that up later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure maybe down to maybe about there, all the way across. And that's how much I'm gonna take out of that. Now, of course, I wasn't recording when this happened, but my drill bit came off, or my Dremel cut wheel came off right in the middle of me cutting. So I got a couple packs of these because the fenders like to eat through these pretty quick. So I'll just switch it out, keep going. Alright, unfortunately I've reached a point where I can't go any further today. Working with this Dremel, it's too hard, it's taking too much work, it's eating through wheels every couple of minutes, so I'm just going to take that as a sign and stop for now and hopefully get an angle grinder where I can cut through this layer a lot easier and make a lot more progress with a lot less headache. But what I want to do now is just take some time to kind of address where I've been. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's been several years since the last time I posted, and if you're familiar with me, my last car was a 2JZ GTE swapped Lexus, and unfortunately I had to sell that car due to some things that happened back home. Just drop a like or a comment in the comment section if you wanted to see me do a video on what happened with that car. But in the meantime, like I said, a lot has changed. I moved to Texas about 6 months ago from California. I just felt like what's going on in California right now, it's way too expensive to live there. Nothing's legal on cars. It's too much of a headache for me, so I just made the move to Texas. I've been loving it ever since. So, and now that I'm in a place where I feel like I can do a lot more of what I want, I have a lot of stuff on the way for this car. Hopefully going to be building the motor within the next maybe 6 to 8 months. So it's going to be really exciting. If you want to see more about this car and follow my journey with it, feel free to subscribe. Drop some comments in the comment section of ideas of things that you want to see. Like I said, I have a lot that's on the way. Again, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you here in about another week.